Now, did you ever get to see Eddie live? I know he would always be at the Comedy Store, but I have no perspective when he actually, okay, I'm not going to be doing stand-up as
This
much,
was like early 90s.
Okay.
So
He wasn't doing it then.
this was when Paul was really hot. You know, you see Mooney at midnight. We'd all to go see him. And I think Eddie did a few spots in the main room around that time, a little bit, but I don't think he did any much more after that. Because I think he started doing, you know, he was writing Vampire in Brooklyn. He was working on his movies, and I think he was working on the Professor Clump thing. Nutty Professor. Excuse me, not the
the Clump thing.
That was the working title, the Professor Clump thing.
The Clump project. But yeah, I think that's when I think he did I remember when he did one, I forget what year it was, but I remember he went on stage one night and he talked about the birth of his daughter, and he talked about how he was in the room when she was born, and he was like, "You ever seen a pussy right when it gives birth or something like that?" And he was like, "That shit looked like an old hat." And he talked about how ugly it looked or whatever. I remember that I don't know what year that was though. I want to say it was early 90s, but that's the last time I had seen him do stand up.
Okay, because that's probably around the time we really got busy.
Yeah,
like Eddie Murphy was on everything.
That nigga been busy since
then. I'm just saying, his
We're still waiting for the return. We're still waiting.
I believe. Do you believe? I believe he just like one last time.
I wish he would just do it. I wish he would just get some writers, help it, just do it. Because come on, Tony, you got some friends.
I know Arsenio Hall.
Yeah.
I spoke to Arsenio Hall one night at the Laugh Factory. I said, "Listen, man, I got a whole hour at home written for Eddie. Whenever I have writer's block, backstory. So whenever I have writer's block, I write material as if I was someone else.
Really?
To get the pen moving. It's material I can never use because it doesn't pertain to me. But it's just to get the pen moving. I wrote Eddie's whole hour. Come out. I'm Eddie Murphy. I'm Eddie Murphy. I used to be the biggest star in the world. I don't know if you kids know me. I used to be the biggest star in the world. I was on this. I was on that. I was on this. My kids know me as a goddamn donkey. But then just tell all the stories. I'm so glad. The beauty of me not being destroyed and still being able to work today is because there was no social media when I was at my height. Because if there was Instagram and TikTok, I would have never made it. My best friend was Rick James. Could you imagine the shit we would have had on TikTok? Woo. That would have been, they tried to get Puffy, they would have got me.
We used to party all the time.
Yes, like all of that about who he used to be, who he is now. And then I told Arsenio, and he ends it with, I was so big, I could have any girl I wanted, and that shit got to my head. And one night I got in my Rolls Royce, and I'm driving around Hollywood, and I drive down Santa Monica Boulevard, and I see this girl at the corner, and I'm like, I'm Eddie Murphy. Get in the car. And she gets in the car. And we drive a block, and the cops pull up behind me, like, what's going on? Oh, what the fuck? And she turns to me and says, I think you're in trouble. And he ends with that shit. Good night. I'm back. Boom.
That's it.
I told Arsenio. Arsenio said, listen, I will put you in a room with him. You tell him that.
Okay.
I'm not telling him that.
Okay.
And I said, my only ask is if he decides to use any of this material, I'm the opening act.
Okay.
And Arsenio's like, I'll let him know.
You'd rather be the opening act, but not get paid for the writing, no writing credit?
Yo, if they let me open the show.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That's it.
all I need.
I hear you.
Ladies and gentlemen, before Eddie comes out, Tony, that's all.
Man,
they don't have to pay me for that. I will pay for my own travel, hotel, room and boards. I'll pay my own rider. Just let me be opening act.
I think anybody would take that.
Yeah.
But you know what's interesting? I said the same thing about Sinbad. I was like, I feel like his spirit is so strong and he has such a fighting spirit. He's going to find his way back on stage. And I would like to be the opening act for that. I would love to be in the room for that because I know he's going to figure out a way to come back.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
Because he loves the game. He loves comedy just as much. But yeah, oh man, Tony, that would be great, man.
Yeah,
look, So okay,
we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna send it up into the,
Oh my God, that was
it's already out there.
Do you know how? Oh man, the return of Eddie Murphy, because he did so much for us, man. I mean, we need one more time. At least
Gotta
one
get
more.
one more. Gotta get one more before everybody gets old and then these new kids don't know him at all.
Yeah.
Right.
When they like, who's this guy y'all keep talking about? Like, they don't know Richard like they should.
Well,
Nah.
do we really care about the kids really knowing, or do we care about?
Yeah, 'cause
But
this
they're
is like
I think
pushing the
they're
culture
detached
but
now.
forward.
this fan.
They're pushing it forward now. You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
Like, unfortunately.
That's
You know
why
what I
old
mean?
people have issues with young people because they're like, you don't respect the things that we hold so near and dear to our heart.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why
I just
old people are
say
like, these fucking kids.
I want him to get back on stage before I get too fucking old to go see him. You know what I'm saying? I want to just bask in the glory of his greatness one more time.
You know, he just got to be. It's hard though when you at that altitude, you know, and he understands he will have to get back in them clubs every night.
That's the thing. Where do you work it
He,
when you're Eddie Murphy? Where do you go work out material? Because everything is an event.
Yeah. So
the same place though, but he's
no, if Eddie goes
He
to the
can come
store
here.
tomorrow to work material,
He can
Yeah.
come work it out
it's an
here in
event.
the
It's
in
phones out.
private.
It's people going crazy. It's news cameras pulling up.
true.
I just wanted to
That's-
work this 5 minutes.
That's what I'm
You know
saying. He can come to some private spots.
But he's not going to do that. What did Arsenio say? He was like, "Yeah, man, during COVID, they got this comedy night. People in, but you in your car, and you can perform, and the people are in their cars because of COVID, but you outside, and he's like, man, I ain't doing that shit. Like, I'm not about, you know what I mean?
Right.
So."
Well, that would be weird for any comic, I think. That's just
But
like
that was
doing
just
comedy.
during COVID.
Yeah.
But
That's just like doing comedy on Zoom. It's like,
but you
Yeah,
saw
that was
comedians
hard.
was trying to
They was
figure it
trying to-
out.
yeah.
So but just going to the square root in the grounds, man. Sometimes people they don't want to do it.